These are my note cards of just my keywords, and this is my family. So today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the search for planets in science today. So you probably don't think about the existence of planets outside of our solar system on a daily basis. When you think about it though, there are an estimated 100 billion stars in our own galaxy, and each of those stars can have multiple planets. That is a lot of planets. Not to mention there are more possibilities than you may think in our solar system too. So what you need to keep in mind when thinking about the search for planets is that the more planets we find, the more we increase our chance of enhancing our knowledge on these celestial bodies, the more we increase our chance to find habitable planets and even possibly life in ways we may not have even expected. So how do we find them? In 2009, a telescope named after Johannes Kepler, who was well known for his revolutionary research on planetary motion, was launched, and since then has found over 4,000 exoplanets. An exoplanet is a planet that resides outside of our solar system and is found by finding shadows that pass across stars, which is pretty cool. So of those over 4,000 exoplanets that we have found, many have been found to be in the habitable zone. So what is the habitable zone? That's basically what Earth is in right now. We have enough sunlight so that we not only have water, but we also have abundant life. Although we don't know for sure yet if these exoplanets in habitable zones have life, we can say that there is a higher chance of them having water. One such planet that we have found is called Kepler 186f, that also happens to be Earth size, which is also pretty important. So in our own neighborhood, there are a lot of possibilities. Saturn and Jupiter, although they can't hold life themselves, have over 100 moons combined. There are several moons of those that we are watching, but two of those that you need to be aware of is in Saturn's Enceladus right over here and Jupiter's Europa right here. These two planets have two things in common that scientists really like. They're both icy and wrinkly. Wrinkly sounds weird, but that means that there's a possibility of tectonic plates beneath the surface. Similar to Earth, who also has tectonic plates, these tectonic plates are constantly moving, which is good for water because that's how life is able to flourish. And because there are ice on both of these moons, that also means the possibility of water as well. So this next planet you have probably heard of. Mars has always been a source of interest for humans. Although we now know that there are no Martian civilizations, we do know that there are ice on both caps, and as of 2015 we have found there to be traces of flowing water, which is very significant that we have actually proven that. And while we are still gathering data, Mars is the planet that we have collected the most data on. We are still collecting it today. In fact, Perseverance, which is the new rover that we are sending there, still has plans to being sent there this summer. And of course, that means that there are still plans to send humans there in the foreseeable future. So where do we go from there? We know that science has advanced incredibly far in the past couple of decades. We now know where there are some of the planets outside of our own solar system, and we even have found more possibilities than we thought possible in our own neighborhood. The more planets we find, however, as Kepler is still continuing to find exoplanets, the more possibilities there are of finding life, habitable planets, even water, and not even just that, even there might be a possibility of finding new resources or new material that we never thought was possible for humans. And of course there's the possibility of finding a new home, and someday we hope to send humans outside of our solar system. But until then, the search for planets is an ongoing phenomenon that is significant to the advancement of the human race. Thank you.